Got to give the people, get the people what they want. The people want to do this test review. So we got 1.1 test review. Your test is coming up next class, all right? So let's get ready for this. So for these, you're going to write them down, and you are just going to solve them before me. Maybe you have your toolkit next to you, so you're like, am I ready? Maybe you're making a toolkit while you're doing this. But if you can do these three, you can do the test, and you should be in very good shape. So let's get it. So write the equation of a line with the slope in slope-intercept form using the information given below. So number one, you have a point of -4, -1, and a slope 1/7. Go ahead and pause. Write the equation of that line for me right now. Cool, you did that. So let's check to see if what you did matches what I do. So, all right, so I know I need to go in y equals mx plus b form. I know that m is a slope and b is a y-intercept. So I am sitting here and I'm like, okay, what do I know? I know a slope. Boom, boom. So I'm going to plug that in. I am talking to myself, Carla. Say hi to everybody. Nope, you're not going to say hi. You're just going to sit there silently as if you're not here. She said hi, but you couldn't hear it. Anyway, so we have 1/7 x plus b. All right, because that's the slope. I plugged that in. They already told me what that is. Then I'm like, well, I got to find b, but what else do I know? Haha. I know, not that. I know I have an x and I have a y, so I'm going to plug those in. So let me go ahead and plug those bad boys in. So in place of x, I'm going to put -4. I'm going to call it -4/1. And in place of y, I'm going to put -1. Now I can solve for b. So I just have this 1/7 times -4/1, which is -4/7. So I have -4/7 plus b equals -1. And this says plus 4/7. I'm trying to solve for b. Plus 4/7. And I get basically 4/7 minus 1, right? So that means 4/7 minus 1/1. But I know how to do that. 4/7, I need to give these common denominators. So I have 4/7 minus 7/7, which equals -3/7. So I have -3/7 equals b. All right, so now I'm in good shape. What do I got to do with this? Y equals m, the slope, 1/7, x plus b. So in this case, b is -3/7. There is my final answer. Hopefully you got the same thing. And now, let's say you did some kind of decimal. So if you had -3/7, you could have also called that whatever 3 divided by 7. If you got something like this, y equals 1/7x minus 0.428-ish, something right around there, you're fine, because that's just 3/7 as a decimal. Go ahead and do number 2 now. Write the equation of this line, but now I'm just giving you 2 points. Cool. So you're thinking this through and you're like, oh, this is like the exact same thing, except now I just have to find the slope. So let's go ahead and find the slope between these 2 points. So slope says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to call this x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's go ahead and plug these in. y2 says 2 minus y1 says 0 over x2 says 5 minus x1 says 1. I don't know why I put it in parentheses. I didn't need to. But my slope is 2 minus 0 is 2, and 5 minus 1 is 4. So my slope is actually 1/2. 2 over 4, which is 1/2. Okay? So far I know m equals 1/2. All right? So now, let me go back. I know if I have y equals mx plus b, I know that m is 1/2. I know that I have to find b. Now I need to substitute something for y and for x. I could use either one of these. So I'm going to use these two just because I want to. But I could have used these two. Doesn't matter. So y in this case is 2, and x in this case is 5. Let's see what happens. So here I end up with 1/2 times 5 over 1, which is 5 over 2. So I end up with 5 over 2 plus b equals 2. And all I got to do to solve for b is, now, and again, 5 over 2, if I wanted to divide that right now, if I don't like the fractions, 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So all this is saying is 2 equals 2.5 plus b, because 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Okay? Minus 2.5 minus 2.5. b equals whatever 2 minus 2.5 is, which is negative 0.5. So b, remember, is my y-intercept. Cool, cool, cool. So put this all together. Y equals m 1/2 times x plus b. In this case, b is negative 0.5, so I'm going to, instead of saying plus, I'm going to do minus 0.5. Or I could have said 1/2 x minus 1/2. Either of those would be fine. All right, last review question. Draw a graph of the given line. Make sure that you identify the slope and the y-intercept. So here's your line. Why don't you do what you have to do with that to put it into y equals mx plus b form, and then graph it. Boom. You paused, you did that. Now let's see. Oops, don't want to do that. All right, so let's see how I would do this. So I know I got to get into y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to start to adjust this. I don't want the y's over here, so I'm going to say plus 3y plus 3y. So now I'm left with 3y equals negative 2x plus 12. Ooh, this is starting to look pretty good. I don't want to know what 3y is, though. I want to know what 1y is. So divide by 3, and I'm left with y equals, remember, this has to divide here and here. So I have negative 2/3 x plus 12 divided by 3 is 4. Oh, so now this thing told me make sure to identify the slope and the y-intercept, so I'm going to tell you that the slope is negative 2/3, which is my rise and my run, and my y-intercept is 4. So now I'm going to graph. Remember, I go to the y-intercept first, and then I count the slope second. So let's see, the y-intercept is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Y-intercept lives right here. And my slope, right, I'm going to write this again. My slope says negative 2 over 3, rise, run. So my slope tells me, my rise tells me negative 2, so I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to run 3, 1, 2, 3. Here's my second point. Here's my line. That's ugly. Let's try that again. Here's my second point. Here's my line. I am good to go. All right, y'all. Make the toolkit. Make sure you have all the information you need. Practice. If you just looked at these 3 and you're like, I don't remember, go back and look at the homework videos that did this again and study it. Do not walk into class unprepared. Y'all got this. You're ready. Mr. Bass, I'm out.